That was a warm-up lap. The race is not officially started. Could have fooled me. The flag is up. The flag is down. The flag is back up.
What'd you make of your flag? Hey, does Rusty know where he's going? Don't turn back.
And they're off and running behind the fieldmaster. As I say, in this phase, they have to stay behind the fieldmaster, who does set the pace. The fieldmaster, Rusty Carrier, now heading towards the first fence, followed by Stuart Little, CT's Copper Image, Root Beer in third, and Annabelle is raring to go in fourth place. Racing down the hill towards the second fence, Stuart Little right behind the fieldmaster under Sarah Green. Aaron Botner and CT's Copper Image right alongside Stuart Little. They're within breathing room of the fieldmaster at the second. Stuart Little, CT's Copper Image, Root Beer, and Emma Warden. And there goes Maggie Herzog and Annabelle as they race now towards the third fence. Fieldmaster Rusty Carrier, followed by Stuart Little, CT's Copper Image, and Root Beer, with Annabelle completing the four-horse field.
Slow fox today.
Now heading towards the fourth fence. First of two times to go around, Stuart Little and CT's Copper Image, both right behind the fieldmaster. The fieldmaster over safely, followed by CT's Copper Image. Stuart Little, Annabelle moving up on the inside of Root Beer as they head towards the next. Over the fifth fence, CT's Copper Image, about 2.5 lengths behind the fieldmaster, and it's a gap of 2 more lengths back to Stuart Little, 3 more back to Annabelle, who's being steadied in third place, with Root Beer another 2 lengths farther back in fourth. They have one more time to go around the infield course. Fieldmaster Rusty Carrier heading towards the sixth fence, over the sixth safely, followed by CT's Copper Image, Stuart Little, Annabelle, and Root Beer. Still a long ways to go. Second time now around the infield course. CT's Copper Image and Stuart Little very close behind the fieldmaster every step of the way. Annabelle and Maggie Herzog jumping in third place, and Emma Warden and Root Beer racing in fourth place as they go down the hill and head towards the next fence. CT's Copper Image and Stuart Little, the small pony, second behind CT's Copper Image, who's about 1.5 lengths to 2 lengths behind the fieldmaster. The leaders over that one safely, CT's Copper Image, Stuart Little, Annabelle, and Root Beer. This is their final time to go around. CT's Copper Image prominent throughout under Aaron Botner. Sarah Green and Stuart Little right there jumping in second place. Annabelle and Maggie Herzog in third, and Emma Warden and Root Beer in fourth. They race towards the next. CT's Copper Image, Stuart Little, and Annabelle, and here comes Root Bear. CT's Copper Image, about a length and a half to 2 lengths behind the field master. Stuart Little is another length and a quarter farther back in second place. Annabelle is about 9 or 10 lengths farther back in third, and it's a good ways back to Root Bear. This is their final time to go around. They've got 4 more fences to clear, and then they'll have their dash for home up the stretch. Rusty Carrier setting a good pace. CT's Copper Image jumping in second place, Stuart Little in third. Maggie Herzog and Annabelle, and here comes Emma Warden and Root Bear. Only 3 more fences remain, and then the field master will turn them loose for the dash up the stretch. CT's Copper Image, Stuart Little, here comes Annabelle, and Root Bear. 2 fences left, Stuart Little, CT's Copper Image, Annabelle, and Root Bear. They head towards the second last, CT's Copper Image, Stuart Little about a length and a half farther back in second place among the field. Annabelle and Maggie Herzog running and jumping over that one and gaining ground on the leaders, and Root Bear jumping in fourth place. They head now towards the final fence. CT's Copper Image, Stuart Little, Annabelle, and Root Bear. Now they'll line them up across the course, and the field master will turn them loose. And they're off and running. Root Bear out in the middle, of course, Stuart Little on the inside. Root Bear, CT's Copper Image there also, but here comes Annabelle and Maggie Herzog. It's Annabelle on top, Stuart Little trying to get there on the outside. CT's Copper Image and Root Bear. Annabelle and Maggie Herzog leading towards the wire. Annabelle, the winner by about 6 lengths. Stuart Little, the small pony, in second place, followed by CT's Copper Image and Root Bear.
Sure.
Again, make sure you stop by our mini vendors. We have a lot of entertaining vendors here and activities that are going on, including the...
Here's some, Josh. Alright. Good? Okay, so we have one for Sarah. Congratulations. One for Maggie. Okay, you guys are good to go. And here, Sarah, do you have any family
Hang on,
here?
I'm just doing the
Dad, Mom. Here, we'll get everybody in. Okay?
Nope.
Can you keep doing that?
Fieldmaster Calvin McCormick warming up the field at a trot.
They're starting. Okay, bye.
Starter Richard Valentine giving the field some final instructions.
Dave, they're starting.
The flag is up. And they're off. That's Rascal, followed by Olive, Nipper and Sam Coburn third, and Imagine That and Augusta Spandler completing the field. The field master is at the first fence. His field is a good ways back. Rascal, Carly Atanasio, Olive, Ryder staying on. Nipper now taking over second. Imagine That. And here comes Olive. Olive and Whitney Schweitzer completing the four-horse field, strung out behind the fieldmaster. Rascal, Nipper, Imagine That. Olive now regaining third place. Imagine That in fourth. The fieldmaster is over the second. The field now approaching and jumping the second fence. Rascal, Nipper, Olive, and Imagine That a good ways back. First of two times to go around. Olive is now taking over second place behind Rascal. Rascal, Olive, Nipper, and Imagine That. A long ways to go yet. Heading now towards the fourth fence. Calvin McCormick, our field master, leading the way. About 6 lengths back is Olive. 7 or 8 lengths farther back is Rascal, Nipper, and Imagine That. The field is really strung out now. At the fifth fence, Olive and Whitney Schweitzer now going well. Right behind the field master. Rascal, about 4 lengths farther back. Nipper, and Imagine That. Heading towards the sixth fence. One more time to go around after this. Fieldmaster Calvin McCormick setting the pace for his field of junior riders on large ponies. The fieldmaster over, followed by Olive, Rascal. Here comes Sam Coburn and Nipper, zigging and zagging, but jumping. And Imagine That. One more time to go around. Whitney Schweitzer and Olive now jumping behind the fieldmaster. Carly Atanasio and Rascal. Close up in second place, and it's a good ways back to Nipper and Imagine That. Still one more time to go around. Heading towards the eighth fence. Olive is joined from the outside by Rascal. About a length separates those two large ponies. Nipper is at least 25 lengths farther back, jumping in third place, and Imagine That is another 15 to 20 lengths back, and more jumping in fourth. This is the final time to go around. Olive, Rascal, Nipper, and Imagine That. Fieldmaster Calvin McCormick setting a nice pace. Whitney Schweitzer and Olive jumping right behind the fieldmaster. Rascal prominent throughout. Here comes Nipper and Imagine That, jumping in fourth place under Augusta Spandler. Only 4 more fences remains for most of the field. Olive, Rascal, Nipper, and Imagine That. Heading towards the fourth fence from home, Fieldmaster Calvin McCormick, followed by Rascal now taking over the lead. Olive, right alongside, maybe 3/4 of a length behind Rascal. Nipper is now moved closer under Sam Coburn in third, and Imagine That moving a bit closer in fourth place, but still strung out. Most of the field now has only 2 more fences, and then the dash up the stretch. Rascal, Olive, Nipper moving closer to the other 2. Olive being settled, was getting a little strong. At the second last, Rascal, Nipper, Olive, and Imagine That. Now one more fence remains. Rascal will be jumping on top of the field, right behind the field master. Rascal, Nipper, Olive, and Imagine That. And they're all in line. The flag is up and they're off and running. Nipper making up ground on the inside, but that's Rascal with the lead. Rascal on top, Nipper, Olive, and Imagine That gaining on the extreme outside. Nipper gaining also. Rascal trying to hold him off. It's Rascal and Nipper driving towards the finish line. Rascal with a slight advantage. Rascal wins by a length. Rascal, Nipper, Olive, and Imagine That.
Hey Josh, come be my friend.
Great job. Good job.
Hello, I'm Mason. Nice to see you. Congratulations. I was proud of that ride.
That was good, wasn't
It was
it?
hard to win that race.
This girl's very dedicated to everything. She comes to all the races.
I'm
She's
proud of you.
From
You did a great
Pennsylvania.
job. That's
She's had some
wonderful.
good days, some bad days, and this is a great one, right?
So how did it feel out there?
Good. It was really hard to hold.
Right, Mason?
All right, we ready? It was hard.
I can't hear what you're saying.
The horses are now preparing a lineup for the start. Two starters, Ornery BJ in the white silks, and Cleo in hunt attire. The flag is up. And they're off and running, and Ornery BJ sprints to the lead at once. Cleo in second place. Ornery BJ on top. Cleo is about 15 widening lengths back in second place. Sid Trimmer and Ornery BJ drawing away to a big lead. Cleo content to let Ornery BJ set the pace. Ornery BJ followed by Cleo. They've still got 1.25 miles to go. Ornery BJ with the lead. Cleo a long ways back in second place, having a nice gallop around the course. Ornery BJ and Sid Trimmer all alone. Still a good ways to go, about 1.1 miles away from home. Cleo in second place. Ornery BJ with the lead. Ornery BJ with a big lead, about 3/16 of a mile. Ornery BJ and Sid Trimmer way out in front. Cleo and Marjorie Wharton racing in second place. Ornery BJ on top by about 1/4 mile. Cleo in second place. Straightening away down the backside with less than 3/4 mile to go for Sid Trimmer and Ornery BJ. Cleo a little bit more than 1/4 mile back in second place. Sid Trimmer, Ornery BJ with a big lead. 1/2 mile from home for the leader. Ornery BJ and Cleo. Ornery BJ is about 3/8 of a mile from home. Ornery BJ and Sid Trimmer going to the lead at once, widening with every stride. There's a little bit more than 1/4 mile to go. Ornery BJ on top. Cleo, about 3/4 mile from home. Ornery BJ, about 1/4 mile. Henri BJ all alone. And here comes Henri BJ and Sid Trimmer galloping up the hill towards the finish line, romping home the victory. Henri BJ. And the fans go wild.
Yeah, well, what happened? Dead hand and in command.
We do have a horse still on course. And here comes Cleo.
Tell Sid to watch. He's got a horse coming up the stretch. Tell Sid to watch. Hey, he's coming back towards him.
Cleo now about an eighth of a mile from the finish.
Whoa, make sure he's out of the way.
And here's Cleo. We'd like to thank Marjorie Warden and Cleo for making this race go.
Josh. Come on, Regina, you get in there too. Get Tate.
Masters Chase for horses. Number 1 is Mason Lampton's Amazing Grace, trained and ridden by Harriet Drage. Number 2, Bomb Sight is owned, trained and ridden by Jane Careyberry. Number 3, Razor, owned, trained and ridden by Scarlett Lovett. Number 4, Hero is owned and ridden by Sam Coburn and trained by Bay Coburn. And completing our 5-horse field is number 5, Double Diamond, owned, trained and ridden by Jessica Drage. Fieldmaster Rusty Carrier back in action, circling his field on the way to the start. This is around the infield course, the figure 8 course in the infield. They'll go 2 times around that course and then finish up the stretch. The flag is up. The field now lining up for the start. They're all in line and away they go. Bomb Sight Hero now moving up on the outside under Sam Coburn to take the lead among the field. Behind the Fieldmaster as they head towards the first fence. Hero, followed by Bomb Sight, Amazing Grace, Razor, and Double Diamond completing the 5-horse field. Over the first fence, now heading towards the second. Our Fieldmaster, Rusty Carrier, is followed by Hero, Bomb Sight, Amazing Grace, Razor, and Double Diamond. Approaching the second fence, Hero and Sam Coburn, about 6 lengths behind the Fieldmaster. It's a gap of 2.5 to 3 lengths farther back to Jane Cherryberry on Bomb Sight. Harriet Drake on Amazing Grace, racing in third. Scarlet Lovett and Razor. And Double Diamond and Jessica Drake. Heading now towards the fourth fence. Bomb Sight is followed by Hero. Amazing Grace. Razor being settled a bit by Scarlet Lovett in fourth, with Double Diamond jumping alongside. They race now towards the fifth fence at a hunting pace behind the Fieldmaster. Fieldmaster Rusty Carrier is followed by Jane Cherryberry on Bomb Sight. Sam Coburn is another 2.5 lengths farther back on Hero. Razor is moved into third place, with Amazing Grace gaining third on the inside. Razor and Double Diamond. One more time to go around the infield course. They head now towards the sixth fence. Fieldmaster Rusty Carrier, followed by Jane Cherryberry on Bomb Sight, Sam Coburn on Hero, Amazing Grace, Razor, and Double Diamond. Still a long ways to go. Bomb Sight right behind the Fieldmaster. Hero a few lengths behind Bomb Sight. Amazing Grace, Razor, and Double Diamond. They have one more time to go around. The Fieldmaster, Rusty Carrier, leading the field towards the eighth fence. Jane Cherryberry and Bomb Sight prominent throughout, as is Sam Coburn on Hero. Amazing Grace and Harriet Drake close up in third. Razor and Double Diamond. Over the next fence, Bomb Sight Hero, Amazing Grace, Razor, and Double Diamond. 6 fences away from home. Bomb Sight Hero, Amazing Grace, Razor, and Double Diamond. They continue in that order towards the next fence. Fieldmaster is adding over the next fence, followed by Jane Cherryberry on Bomb Sight, Sam Coburn on Hero, Harriet Drake on Amazing Grace, Scarlet Lovett on Razor, and Jessica Drake completing the field on Double Diamond. This is their final time to go around. They're at the 12th fence. Bomb Sight, Amazing Grace, Hero, Razor, and Double Diamond. Only 3 more fences remains for our field, and then they'll have their dash up the stretch. Bomb Sight on top. Hero on the outside of Amazing Grace. Razor and Double Diamond. 2 fences remain. Bomb Sight right behind the Fieldmaster. Jumping the second last, Bomb Sight, Amazing Grace moving up alongside. They're neck and neck for the lead as they head towards the final fence. Bomb Sight being settled a bit on the outside. At the fence, Bomb Sight, Amazing Grace, Razor moving up on the inside. And they turn for home. And they're off and running. Razor on top, Bomb Sight on the extreme outside, Hero on the inside with Amazing Grace in the middle, of course. Jane Cherryberry and Bomb Sight making up ground on the inside, and Bomb Sight goes to lead. Bomb Sight with Razor racing in second place, Amazing Grace in third. Bomb Sight to win by 3 lengths. Bomb Sight, Razor, Amazing Grace, Hero, Double Diamond.
There's a shot.
I love it. Hey girls,
Man,
smile.
where's the home team? Where are your people?
Hey, Mom, anybody peeps? Peeps in? Hey, Mom. Come on, your
Come
name's
on.
Mom. And Puppy.
Come on, everybody, get in the shot.
Come in.
Okay, wait a minute.
Daddy!
Are you standing? Are you up?
Here, some of you can
Yeah,
get
we
low.
got her.
Some of you can stand on the ground. Mom.
There you go.
Buddy, turn around. There we go.
There we go. If you can't see the camera, it can't see you.
Come on, Daddy.
There's a little girl behind that is. She is. There you go. Yeah. Hold her up. Hold her up. There you
Get in
go.
tight. Everybody get in tight. Good job.
Tight. There we go.
Good job. Okay, let me get a quick shot.
And your field is now on course, warming up on their way to the start, which is in front of the judges' stand. Your field includes Louie, owned, trained, and ridden by Karen Chapman. Number 2, C-Spot Jump, owned, trained, and ridden by John Warden. Number 3 is Dennis Foster's Avalon, trained and ridden by Laura Sloan. Number 4, Preston, owned, trained, and ridden by Lee Gilliam. Preston has their fan club here at the stand. Number 5 is Pure Colors, belongs to Mary T. O'Brien, trained and ridden by Stephen Green. Number 6 is Lori Kennedy's My Lady Grace, trained by Judith Conger and ridden by Jenna Campbell. Number 7, Nikki, owned, trained, and ridden by Jane Langridge. Number 8 is Hounds Cry Farms Gullible, trained by Tom Curlin and ridden by Don Carey. And that is your 8-horse field for the Senior Field Masters Chase, 2 times around the timber course. The horses are now at the start.
It'll be okay, Nelson.
Smile, Nelson.
Hey, the hounds went that way.
Want to drink first? You got one? No. Thought I'd ask.
The field master now is preparing to move off. They're all in line, and away they go. Louie, Gullible, C-Spot Jump, Nikki, Preston, followed by Pure Colors, My Lady Grace, and Avalon completing the field as they head down the hill towards the first fence. Fieldmaster Nelson Gull, followed by Don Carey on Gullible. C-Spot Jump races in 3rd place. Louie in 2nd. As they head towards the first fence, the Fieldmaster Nelson Gull, followed by Gullible. Gullible now leading the field behind the Fieldmaster. Louie, C-Spot Jump and John Warden, Nikki, Pure Colors, Preston, My Lady Grace, and Avalon completes the field as they're strung out straight away down the backside of the course. A good gallop now towards the second fence. Fieldmaster Nelson Gunnell, followed by Don Carey on Gullible. Louis and Karen Chapman racing in second place, about 3 lengths behind Gullible, and it's a good gap back to Nikki on the outside. C-Spot Jump moving up. My Lady Grace is there also. They come back into view, heading towards the second fence. Gullible, followed by Louis, a good ways back to C-Spot Jump. Pure Colors there also, and My Lady Grace. At the second fence, the Fieldmaster is over, followed by Gullible. Louis jumping in second place, C-Spot Jump with Pure Colors alongside. My Lady Grace. Preston there also with Nikki and Avalon completing the field. Nikki now making a bold move up on the outside to take over third place, but still a good ways behind the leader. That's Gullible heading towards the third fence behind the Fieldmaster. Gullible followed by Louis. Nikki jumping in third place, C-Spot Jump. Pure Colors, My Lady Grace, Preston, and Avalon as they race into the turn and head towards the fourth fence. They've got one more time to go around after this. Fieldmaster Nelson Gunnell setting the pace. Gullible right behind him under Don Carey throughout. Louis now approaching the fence and jumping in second place. Nikki with C-Spot Jump, Pure Colors, My Lady Grace, and Preston completing the field with Avalon actually behind Preston. They straighten away with one more time to go around. Fieldmaster Nelson Gunnell setting the pace. Gullible races closest to him in second place. C-Spot Jump and John Warden now moving just a bit closer to the leaders, with Louis there also. At the fence, Gullible, C-Spot Jump, Louis, Pure Colors on the inside, Nikki there also with My Lady Grace, Pure Colors, Preston, and Avalon. The fence in front of the stand, Gullible, Louis, C-Spot Jump, Nikki, Pure Colors, My Lady Grace alongside Pure Colors, Preston, and Avalon. Preston's fan club is going wild on the stand as they race towards the turn. Gullible right behind the Fieldmaster throughout. Louis and Karen Chapman close up all the way, second behind Gullible, C-Spot Jump. Nikki moving up on the outside to race in third place. Nikki and Jane Langridge now taking over third with C-Spot Jump right alongside as they head towards the next fence. Gullible, Louis, C-Spot Jump, Nikki, Pure Colors, My Lady Grace, long ways back to Preston and Avalon. Straighten away down the backside, they've got about 3/4 of a mile to go. Gullible has been right behind the Fieldmaster every step of the way. Louis right behind Gullible, C-Spot Jump, John Warden a few lengths farther back in third place as the pace is quickening just a bit. Pure Colors and Steve Green now moving up on the inside to challenge for third. As they head towards the next fence, Gullible, Louis, Pure Colors, C-Spot Jump, Nikki, My Lady Grace on the outside. Half mile from home. Gullible on top by about 2.5 lengths. Louis racing in second place. C-Spot Jump in third. Pure Colors on the outside with Nikki, My Lady Grace, and it's a good ways back to Preston and Avalon, or actually Avalon and Preston. The leaders have got about 3/8 of a mile to go. One more fence after this. Gullible and Don Carey right there every step of the way. Pure Colors and Steve Green now move to within striking position in second place. Louis on the inside with Nikki now moving up on the outside, and C-Spot Jump racing in fifth place. The race is on the front end as they head towards the last fence. The Fieldmaster is leading the field over the last. He'll turn them loose when they straighten away at the head of the stretch. The flag is up. They're turning up the stretch, and here they come. Out in the middle of the course, Gullible on top. Gullible with the lead, C-Spot jump moving up the main side. Louis now going to the front. Louis with Gullible racing in second place. Pure Colors in third. Louis heading towards the finish line with a slight advantage. Gullible trying to get there. Louis and Gullible battling it out towards the wire. And it's awfully close on the front end, but it looked like Louis with Gullible running in second place, followed by Pure Colors and My Lady Grace. We are going to ask for all the participants to come on the course at that time, and we'll probably separate the kids into a couple of different divisions.
I think she's coming with the.
Out and tight.
The horses are now preparing to line up for the start. And they're off and running. Destroyer goes to lead. Exclusive Slew now speeding up on the outside with Pension Plan. Destroyer dropping back between horses in third. And Popular Gigolo and Rob Banner completing the field. Tom Strasburg on top with Pension Plan on the inside of Exclusive Slew. And Johnny Gray, those two are dueling as they race into the final 3/8 of a mile. Exclusive Slew on top, Pension Plan racing right alongside. In second place, their heads apart on the front end. Mitch Jacobs and Destroyer racing in third place, followed by Popular Gigolo. With about a quarter of a mile to go, Exclusive Slew has now opened up about a length and a quarter advantage, and they turn for home in that order. Exclusive Slew, Pension Plan, Destroyer, and Popular Gigolo. Heading into the final furlong, Exclusive Slew in hand and in command on the front end. Pension Plan is going to have to settle for second because there's no match for Exclusive Slew. Exclusive Slew all alone, urging the others on. Pension Plan, Destroyer, and Popular Gigolo. Ralph Banner.
The winner is sponsored by Budweiser.
Tighten up, guys. Get close.
These guys sweat. I didn't get that sweat. They're sweating a little bit.
Not as we go.
Just pretend they're all Regina.
Hey! Bravo! Johnny.